Fringe theory is based around the genre and trope of various horror and thriller media. Please view the episode description for a full list of content warnings. Thank you. That one call was just enough seconds distraction for him to look down and start cutting the wrong beam, and this entire construction is, you're going to be getting every single one of these people out, injured but safe, except for one.
That is my sister, who has not seen her daughter in like 30 years.
The fruits of our labor are nothing short of magnificent. But I gave you a task, and that task was not to sit around and watch.
What's your fucking deal, man? Bad shit keeps fucking happening around you. I want to know what's up with that.
And you can hear a slight chuckle coming out of his mouth. You have to trap him. And you're probably going to have to trap him really well. Hey neighbor!
Yeah?
Where are you right now?
The woods.
What are you doing in there? What are you doing?
Just sort of walking. I don't actually know where this... I don't think they actually ever got told where this compound was, because the other three went there. I never did.
Oh, you can find it. It smells so sickening you could smell it a mile away.
Ugh.
You see some just, like, ramshackle log cabins, and maybe some, like, sheds made of pallets and stuff.
Oh, this place is disgusting.
They have, like, miniaturized, like, pens and stuff, maybe some farms. They're actually doing pretty good for themselves, being self-sustained.
Something about it just rubs me the wrong way.
They're homesteading.
This is certainly not within zoning laws.
No.
You can't keep those pigs. Animals above a certain size have to be registered.
Do you just walk in, or are you, like, stealthing around?
I don't know if neighbor can stealth.
So, is that a walk-in, then?
Yeah.
I think as soon as you cross the boundary, you just hear the words, "Halt!" And out from one of the cabins... Or, no, not one of the cabins. I think it'd be more interesting if, like, from the camera's perspective, it's between one of the cabins, almost like a hammer space. Out steps the man in the woods.
Oh, the vibes on this guy. I can feel them.
Crosses his arms. For most, they are always welcome here. Not you, outsider.
I don't think outsider is the term you need to use.
I'm asking you politely to leave.
I shake my head. That cannot be done.
Why not?
I have a job to do.
Oh, that's always the easy excuse, isn't it? Tell me, friendly neighbor, are you doing this because you have a job to do? Or are you truly doing this because you believe in it?
A job isn't worth doing if you don't believe in it.
Is that so? That isn't what your posse tells me. A job is worth doing because if you don't do it, you get kicked out to the curb. Isn't that a bit more your style?
You're wrong.
Am I? How so?
Because you are against everything I stand for. Against the perfect suburbia.
Oh, is that what they call it? Is that what they call that perfect consumption?
And what would you call it? What would you call this?
What would I call this? Well, all of this is simply nature's reclamation. Listen, I don't want any trouble. We're busy right now.
I can tell you're busy. Did you think it wouldn't go unnoticed, what you're doing in town?
Oh, have you met natural disaster?
I wasn't sure at first, but I can smell his stench here, too.
we wouldn't have had to do this. We had a rather nice balance going on. Were there things that I would change? Sure, yes, but seeing all of those people just taken out of their homes for something more barbarically orderly and corporate sickens us to our stomach.
And that made it all right. People have died.
So, friendly neighbor, not that I would expect someone whose idea of where food comes from to be the grocery aisle would understand, but do you know what a slash and burn farm is?
Obvious by expression, no.
A slash and burn farm is when plants are cut down and set ablaze, and it is their super nutrient-rich ash that means that something even more beautiful can sprout up.
You're saying that, like, the lives of anyone who does not agree with you is only worth burning.
Oh, that's rich coming from you. After all, tell me, would you accept someone in your perfect suburbia if they used the wrong shade of blue?
The lady of the house.
What about her?
Everyone has a place in the perfect suburbia.
Oh, I agree. But did they ask for those places? Or did you simply hoist them up by their lapel and put them in your pretty little boxes? Because if they're not in their box, they must be out there. The sick, the cold, the dying, the veterans that are sleeping on the streets because they got very messed up in a war and they aren't acting perfect. So out they go.
You're wrong about this.
Oh, and you're right.
I know what I believe in.
Oh, you don't sound like it. Listen, friendly neighbor, I don't hate you. I understand what that perfect consumption does to people and its vassals, and I don't hate you. I pity you. The man in the woods extends his hand. Among nature's reclamation, you don't have to fit into any one box. You have been told that you must be a father. The perfect father. And are you a perfect father because that's what you must be? Or is that what you must be, so you must be a perfect father?
There's obvious hesitation, obvious freezing up. Words don't come. Because what do you say to these kinds of accusations?
We can set you free. You can be whatever you want.
And what price will you have people pay for freedom?
What price? What do you mean price?
Out there, people are dying for your freedom. You said it. Slash and burn. What is in the way has to be cut down.
No progress comes without sacrifice.
Sacrifice shouldn't be needed for progress.
Well, yes, and if it was up to me, beautiful blueberries would come sprouting out of my mouth whenever I want. Of course, that's not true for the layperson. I could introduce you to an angel who actually does do that, though.
Get natural disasters to stop.
No, that is not happening. Even if I wanted to, listen to his name, Natural Disaster. He does not stop. And you can shoot him, you can cut him, you can burn him. The disaster doesn't stop.
Then I can stop you.
Really? You're making a mistake here. The man in the woods steps forward, pretty damn confident that even if you did try and strike, this is not a fight that you can win. And I think that you also kind of, in a sense, feel this. You are friendly neighbor, one of many angels made by the perfect suburbia, of all sorts of tropes.
Right.
This man is a grade above you in terms of power.
But I was given a job, assigned a task, and not just that, but this man is willing to let people die. I can't let that stand without something.
So what do?
I punch him in the fucking face.
Roll kick some ass for me.
Oh, hey, my too tough. You'd think it'd be a good roll with my +2. It's a 6.
And there's no one around to help out. Do you want to use luck?
Either I drop my luck down to 2 now, or I face whatever happens here.
Oh, it's up to you. I mean, if you really... I feel like with the luck you have left, you might be able to, like... Listen, I'm going to be honest with you, okay?
Yeah.
There is an avenue where you win. This guy is very powerful. This is an incredibly dangerous situation. I'm letting you flee, or at the very least, like, at any point you can flee. I'm just saying, like, it's possible. I need you to understand the risk that you're taking.
I get it. I get it. But I went for the punch, and I really want to make the punch, so I'm going to use that luck.
Okay, so that's a 12. What extra are you adding to your, It's just a punch, so I think it'd just be, like... I think unarmed is 0 harm, but it can be, like, stunning or something. But you also get an extra.
I can inflict terrible. I suffer less. I'll inflict terrible harm on his ass.
So this is going from 0 to 1 harm.
Right.
And, you crack him in the face.
Woo.
Admit, it feels good.
Leaves come off of him like blood, or maybe like a cracked shell. He just says, "Oh, friendly neighbor, you shouldn't have done that. Wasn't very friendly, was it?" And he pulls something out of his pocket. And you see a puppet of yourself.
Oh.
What? Oh, man. Not the
Oh.
puppet!
Kind of stitched together. You probably recognize it as one of Millie Bizarre's puppets. He has turned it into a poppet of you.
Oh. That's...
And he begins squeezing. And you feel a crushing pressure. You're also going to take 1 harm.
Yeah, that's fair. Oh. Okay. Yeah, I'm back to unstable.
Yay!
Folks, I have my thing open right in front of me, and I forgot that I was marked at 3 harm still.
Oh, right, we forgot to heal neighbor.
Oops, forgot to heal neighbor.
Now, I'm not someone who would throw someone out over the slightest slight, unlike your folk. So I will ask again. Leave.
As much as morals start to push at my mind, tell me want to, I have a job. It would be wrong, and this dude clearly doesn't actually care about the lives of other people, I've noticed.
You're going to give up your life for what? Just so that more and more people can be bought out of their homes? For more and more people to have to slave away at debts they're never going to recover?
And are the peoples out here happy too?
I'd say they're doing pretty well.
Where do they go when they're injured? Do they have a neighbor to turn to?
Oh, we heal each other up. We are actual neighbors, unlike you.
I don't believe you.
I don't think, whether I'm telling the truth or not, which I am, by the way, I don't think my ideals really matter in this situation. Because I'm the one who has you in the palm of my hand.
I go for another attempt on him, though.
You're going to try and swing? You're feeling constrained. I think this is going to be at -1 forward. So it'd be just +1.
Come on. Fucking a 6. Again.
Oh, girl.
Oh.
Let it ride, or...
Oh, girl.
I guess I'm just gonna let this one ride.
Okay, yeah, because you marked luck last time to get that, right?
Yeah.
So you're down to 2 luck, too. Fuck me.
Oh, man.
I bet you're really regretting using that luck for that investigation. Well, to be fair, you got a lot of useful info out of that. I feel like we'd all still be pretty in the dark without it, so...
Yeah, I've made choices. Are they good ones?
That's the game, baby.
Choice. Now you have to live with it.
Oh, God, no.
You don't even get to him. He just, like, crushes you like a soda can. You're gonna take another harm. And this is ignore armor, by the way.
Yeah, I assumed so.
Yeah, I didn't say it last time, but you picked up on it, so thumbs up. This is another ignore armor. And you just, like, crumple to the ground.
Ugh. If I don't do this...
Then you get kicked out. Then what happens? I'm actually not quite certain. Of course, I don't go over there. What does happen to people who fail the bitch of the house?
And there's just this sullen, sorrowful moment. She didn't fit in. These families these days, they aren't happy. They aren't married. My wife, she didn't fit in anymore.
He had a wife?
Hold on, you actually had a wife? I thought that was just part of the kayfabe of being a divorced neighbor. You feel it loosen a little bit.
Of course it wasn't a guy's. A wife, kids. I couldn't be the perfect neighbor if I was only pretending.
Oh, the perfect lady to gossip with next door. And the perfect next door neighbor. A friend to play with, or perhaps a future lover. I understand.
What you're doing, it isn't right. But what she's doing, maybe it isn't right either.
I can save you from this. We can have discussions. I'm sure you'd come to understand when you're less in duress.
There's no stopping her. She made me. She controls me. She'll burn me down like all the weeds.
Nature's reclamation can protect you. Eases up on the squeezing a bit more.
Do you think nature never cared for man? It was always man caring for himself.
Perhaps from your perspective. Come on, man and nature can coexist. That is what we are working towards.
Is it what you're working towards?
I hope to see that day someday in the future. Maybe not tomorrow, maybe not next week.
And for what price? For how many lives?
Perfect suburbia would wish upon everyone an eternal life. Am I wrong? Nothing ever changes. Everything always happy and idyllic and halcyonic. We accept that. We understand the importance of lives. I don't want to say this because it will make me sound like a bastard, but those lives were going to die eventually anyways.
If the grip is loosened enough, your friendly neighbor, me, gets a little closer, looking just too haggard to do anything though besides move.
But what we can do is make a better world for those who live beyond it.
I see what you mean. Life without death, it will go stagnant. Like still water in a pool. But life shouldn't be cut short either to achieve those goals. And if I have to burn, so do you.
What do you do?
I don't even use my weapon or anything. I bite down on his throat like Hollow would.
Nice.
I channel everything that the other three have taught me to play dirty, to use tricks, and to use your teeth.
And to bite.
Is this a move?
I don't know if biting someone's a move, but I've done it.
I mean,
how can you resist?
He's not.
I mean, I don't know. You could always angel wings him somewhere. Like playing I love this. Playing strictly by the mechanics. If you're only biting, that's like still a zero harm move.
I mean,
like,
just bite him.
I mean, I've bite him, get him in my grips. We're going somewhere. I just have to roll for both of those.
You're gonna have to roll to fucking kick some ass if you want to bite him first, though.
Let go. Am I still -1?
No, you're surprising him, so his grip on the poppet is... Oh, we got a 9. Okay. Hey, you're doing good so far. So I'm gonna call this zero harm constraining.
Uh-huh.
But I really don't want to do this. Perry, you could have lived through this. You still can, but I'm like, Perry.
Flux, it feels like you've put a gun to the back of my head and the front of my head. And I've put a gun to the other side of my own head.
It is my job as a keeper to, like, put some guns to your heads. You're pulling the trigger, not me. I just want to put that.
I gotta admit, I gotta admit, we all knew the risks playing Monster of the Week.
Yeah, no, this is just how the game works. He grabs you by the stomach, and you almost feel like roots digging into your skin. That's another harm, by the way, which you can stop with luck.
You see, either I go down to 1 luck or 1 harm.
Oh.
I'll take the harm and keep the 2 luck still.
It's the devil you know versus the devil you don't. Really, right? Like, you know that this is a dangerous situation, but you have no idea what would have happened if you just said no.
Exactly.
Okay, so what happens next? People are watching. You've now both, like, grabbed each other.
And then I use angel wings, and there's only one place, people I can think of. Hello, Millie. You're about to have an interesting new addition to your fiasco.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
You gotta roll that weird.
Yeah, I mean, if the weird goes through, which is a 1,
So let's see that roll.
it's a 7.
It's a 7.
Yay!
So,
Hey, Flux.
we're in the middle of something, Fia. What do you want?
So, like, I'm just thinking about what a funny alternate location would be.
I'm willing to hear you out.
Oh, no, I agree with Theo's funny alternate location.
Yeah, no, I think Perry knows where I'm leading in with this.
Well,
At the,
okay.
so-
at the last moment, instead of thinking about Hollow or Millie, I thought about Midas.
So Flux, I said that I was taking Ruby aside to, like, go talk to her in the motel.
Mm-hmm. And I still do
This is
want
me-
to play out that scene.
Yes, I know, and I think we can cut it together in a way that makes this work really nice. Midas is going to basically come clean to her about everything, about magic, about fucking everything. And when she doesn't believe him, suddenly 2 men are fucking grappling each other in the fucking hotel room, fighting to the death.
Okay, back into the fiction. I think the scene is this, right? We cut, and then Ruby's just like, so after you got kicked off of TV, you joined a paranormal investigation troupe.
Well, there's kind of more steps to it than that. So, in
No.
town, there's a motel... No,
Sorry, you told me ghosts? Bowling alleys?
Bowling alley, it's what I was dealing with this morning.
This
There
morning?
was a staircase involved. Yes.
Forgot
it's
that was
the
this
reason why the
morning.
police force
Oh
is
my
so
god, I need
split
to
up.
call your psychiatrist. Okay, hold on, give
No,
me...
no.
Second.
Ruby. Please listen.
What?
A few years ago, I had a show set in Detroit. We were going to do some
I
filming.
know this story.
I
You've
know.
told me.
I know. But you haven't heard all of it.
Okay.
I was staying in a motel in town, and there was
Yes.
this thing in it.
Mm-hmm.
Some shadowy creature.
This again.
And it was-
I know the shadowy creature.
No, Ruby, let me finish, please. And you can call whoever you want
Fine.
once I'm done.
Fine.
And then it was over, and I had my breakdown, and then I started seeing it places. Ruby, I'm being followed by something, and I don't know what it is, but it doesn't want to hurt me. And from behind Midas, you see, like, the cup of tea that they took from the little thing start to rise into the air on its own.
What the fuck?
Thank you for proving my point there. I have been through a lot in the last few years. You see how when you see something like that occurring, it may change your worldview on, a lot of things.
Okay, yeah, but that's a floating cup. That's not that paranormal. And I think this is when it happens, when a friendly neighbor crashes into the scene.
Your friendly neighbor and the man in the woods smash through the cup and the coffee table.
Whoa, what the
What
fuck?
the hell?
Neighbor?
Midas!
You damnable thing.
You see as Midas immediately has the gun pull out of his coat. Get your fucking hands off of him!
This is gonna... You described it as a crashing, right?
Yeah.
I feel like I have to mark harm for unstable from that.
We should just go through a coffee table. I think a piece of wood would somewhere it
just
shouldn't.
Being honest with the fiction.
I mean, and we're talking about a failed roll too. Like, well, not a failed roll, but a mixed success. Like,
well, no.
And it's a bit too late to go back on that roll.
Yeah. Hands off the chess piece. Oh hey, Midas would recognize the man in the woods, I think.
What the fuck? Why are you two trying to fucking kill each other?
No words. The man in the woods just, like, pulls the hand back. All of the roots just come, like, kicking out of the body.
Midas is going to try and just grab this guy from behind, like, wrap around from his, like, torso and throw him off of, Neighbor.
I don't know if this is an act under pressure. You're kind of outclassed here.
Yeah, my goal is not even, like, as much to harm him as much as it is to get him the fuck off of Friendly Neighbor.
Would this be protect someone, then?
I think this actually could be.
Okay, roll protect someone. That's also tough, then, I think. Yes.
Protect someone,
tough.
yeah, when you prevent harm to another hunter.
And let me tell you, one more harm and... cuckoo. Lights out.
We're in danger.
Oh, buddy, the dice roller's taken. Oh, it didn't do it. Oh, hold on, the dice is mad. The dice is keeping us in suspense.
Oh god, dice,
She's
please.
still typing. She stopped.
She stopped.
What the fuck is up with the dice roller? Now is
Dice
not the
roll,
time.
bro!
Queen,
It's 3.
speak to us.
She's got performance anxiety, okay?
Do you want me to roll dice on Google real quick?
Yeah, do it again. Maybe the first
I'm
one...
gonna try one more time, and if it doesn't do it, I'm just gonna, like, roll dice on Google. Oh!
Time.
2d6 minus 1. Roll.
I'm gonna use luck.
You're using luck here.
I'm using luck.
Awesome.
This is not
Oh
a
my
very
God.
luck-usy session.
Yeah, it is.
So what does...
And I think very much this also will... I think because of what happened last time I used luck, this will really sell the point to Ruby about the shit going on to me.
I want you to describe me what Solenis doing this shit looks like.
Okay, this starts as a normal grab and pull, as I imagine he's fucking, like, got Neighbor pinned down, almost, and I, from behind him, kind of grab at his waist to try and pull him up, as Solenis does the same thing. And then, it's almost as if, like, Solenis starts to take up more and more space until he's taking up the entire back of the room, almost. Before everyone in the room can start seeing glimpses of him as he starts appearing for brief moments to rip this thing off of Neighbor and throw him through the upstairs window. I'm using you inflict harm on the enemy as part of my my success.
Awesome. So 2 things happen here. 1, crash. Woo! Number 2, Million Hallow.
Hi.
Natural disaster perks up and immediately starts booking it as fast as a slow-moving old man can out of the coffee shop.
What the fuck?
His wrinkled old ass is going.
I assume emergency services have gotten here by now.
There's bystanders. At least someone must have.
Millie looks at Sierra, trying to make sure, that she'll make it till the ambulance gets there, and then just
it hurts, but she's not gonna die.
Yay!
leaps up and chases after the man.
This is probably the fastest you ever seen the old man going. What are you doing, by the way, Hallow? Are you continuing the chase?
I guess so. What other option do I have?
I mean, it's an open world, it's an RPG, you can do whatever your heart demands. But it's probably a good idea to make sure that thing is contained.
Yeah. I actually leave. I go to Ohio.
Okay, cool.
Worse.
Roll me up a new character then.
Okay.
Hollow fucking leaves.
Anyways, things are dropping out of windows. Cats are running out of alleyways. You're going to have to act under pressure plus your marked luck if you want to, successfully chase after this guy.
Okay.
Well, does someone want to, be the trailblazer? I don't...
Well, if I rolled it, my cool is -1, and I've used 2 luck, so I would even out to a +1.
I feel like in this case both of you should, honestly.
Oh, well, okay.
Personally. I don't like using group moves, but I feel like it makes sense here. How much luck do you have right now?
I have used 1 luck.
So it's a +1.
Okay. I did not know if my other stats played into it.
No. It's just plus used luck. Both mixed
Okay.
successes.
But successes they are nonetheless.
We pursue him, but a cat, like, runs in front of us and Hello trips.
Meow.
So, perceptive viewers might realize that I never choose worse outcome. That is because I don't believe in worse outcomes. Why would you have a worse outcome if it was a success?
Exactly.
What I'm about to do technically counts as a worse outcome.
Oh, great. Well, fuck me, I guess.
But no, I think what happens is you're able to pursue him and not lose him, but he's going to be able to get to the motel. Ruby and Friendly Neighbor and Midas, you look out the window. Natural disaster is hobbling towards the covered in glass man in the woods. And behind them is Hallows Eve Venison and Millie Bizarre. Admittedly, Millie has a lot of makeup on, so there's some leeway. And she's grown. There is some leeway here.
Oh, God. Neighbor, can you stand?
Neighbor is already standing. There's a piece of table leg, sort of, just in there.
It's fine.
Fucking hell, we need to do something fast.
What do you guys do?
Is there, any sort of way, could I, even just give him a tourniquet or something?
Oh, no, you can't, because I'm just sort of staggering past you.
What? Neighbor, where are you going?
Finish this.
No! Neighbor, you're gonna fucking die out there, okay?
Hey, man, you're hurt!
Sorry, not paying attention, going out the front door at about the same speed as that old man.
Ruby, stay here!
The old man is converging on the man in the woods. The two of you are running in to see this place. You see a broken window, and out the front door, Maribel Dearly is like, What's going on here? Before the man in the woods hooks an arm around her and places a knife to her throat.
Not there,
dude.
Christ!
Okay. This is quite a snafu that's happened. Why don't we all go walk our separate ways before some wheat needs to be cut from the chaff?
I would like to use Silenus to try and wring the knife from his hand without him seeing it happen.
I guess that'd be an act
unless he can literally see Silenus, which I don't think
No,
he
that's
can.
gonna be an act under pressure roll. Because I'm going to be honest with you. This isn't a bluff.
Yeah.
You fuck around. This goes sour. Well, I don't think I have to explain the stakes here.
Woohoo!
I guess that's a 10.
That's a fucking 10, baby!
The knife is quickly, yanked out of his hands and just, spins in the air and then lands tip first into the grass. Neighbor, what are you doing during this?
Hobbling at that old man. Because if I can't stop the man in the woods, I can stop one person, right?
And how are you planning on doing that?
By grabbing my fellow angel.
Friendly Neighbor, what are you doing?
Neighbor, what the fuck's going on?
I don't think I can stop the man in the woods, but I can hurt him.
And you certainly can't stop natural disaster. Natural disaster is invincible. You can't hurt it.
But I can get in both of their ways. Nobody's ever been in anywhere 5,000 feet underground. But what do you think would happen if an angel that didn't belong to one land ended up in that land? You think they could leave? What do you think would happen to natural disasters if he ended up in perfect suburbia?
I don't know. I don't know what would happen. I didn't think about it. You want to do it? We'll find out together.
I think I'm going to do it.
Oh, that's
with the power of one more roll.
Roll of angel wings.
2.
2!
No, that's a joke. That was a joke to try to alleviate the worry because a 2's not an impossible thing.
Yeah, because it's 2d6 plus 1. The most you can get is 3.
No, but it is a 5. That it's still not a success.
This is very sad.
A goof to maybe glance over my failure and Flux will pretend it didn't happen.
Ladies and gentlemen,
you got the luck.
Yeah, he doesn't see it.
The worst that's ever done it.
No, that's okay.
It's incredible, isn't it?
No, it's okay. He didn't see it. Perry, it's okay. You could roll again. He didn't see it.
It's fine.
What are you guys talking about? I'm right here.
No, he didn't
No,
see
you're
it.
not.
Perry,
You're
you
not.
We
could roll
all have
again.
access to the same dice rolls.
No,
That's so
you
crazy.
No, I know you
That's
didn't.
so...
Okay, well, this isn't going to work. Your gambit
That's
isn't
so-
going to work because you rolled a 5.
No, that's so crazy. That's so crazy, Flux, actually, because I can very clearly see that's a 7.
Holy shit, not only is it gaslighting, it's a callback to earlier gaslighting. What kind of narrative fucking significance is this? I don't know what to tell you. It's a 5, man, and I have a lot of respect for the game, and I really wouldn't feel good about just being like, oh, hey, no, you can re-roll and get a 10.
No, Flux, I understand. I respect this game as much as you, and
But I'd also like to remind you that if you use your last luck, you are doomed.
it's basically a neither-win situation I'm in.
Yeah, I don't know, man. You probably should have ran and just dealt with the consequences of the lady of the house. You've kind of been put into checkmate.
I'm going to take that final luck, though, because I can at least get rid of this fucking asshole, right?
What does this look like? You used a luck. That roll is now a 12.
Well,
Your friendly neighbor is now doomed.
No!
your friendly neighbor has grappled on to natural disasters, and in that flash of light that might be well enough as a distraction to, if anybody wants to do something to the man in the woods, they maybe can, but they're gone. Those two are gone.
They're gone?
And your friendly neighbor is in perfect suburbia, collapsing on the porch with natural disasters.
You and me both, Perry. What do we think this looks like?
I don't think anything happens because of the displacement. I just think the lady of the house is really unhappy to have another uninvited guest.
Oh, my friendly neighbor, you've brought me the wrong one. So, here's what I think happens. Here's what I think this looks like. So, after you hear this, and you hear the lady of the house's voice echo out into the street, you see Natural Disaster sort of kicks up his feet, moving faster down the porch in this, like, mortally terrified movement. He trips, he falls over, quickly rights himself back upwards. Friendly neighbor, you watch as the lady of the house steps beside you. She looks like she's dressed for, like a quaint, easygoing, outdoor weather. Like, she's in a satin coat and a fancy parasol. I think she says, well, I suppose I shouldn't complain. You did try your best, my friendly neighbor. Now, let's just... But cutting her off, I think you watch as Natural Disaster raises his hands to the sky, like, eyes practically bulging out of his face. His face is, like, reddened as he grits his teeth. He's breathing heavily. It looks like he's calling forth something. And as he does this, you hear the quiet rumble of thunder. You watch as the lady of the house, like, dashes forward, faster than you can even see, to pick up Natural Disaster by the neck with one hand. She has these black nails sharpened to knife points, and she's, like, squeezing, trying to dig them into him. But I don't think it gives, because as I said earlier, you can't fight a natural disaster. You can't reason with one. It's just this pure, massive, uncaring destruction. The man before you, lifted off the ground, simply begins letting out a choked chuckle before transitioning to this, like, full-bellied laugh. Neighbor, above you, black clouds have rolled in, and the full force of just this wind is enough to nearly blow you away. Around you, out the streets of the perfect suburbia, more and more of your fellow angels are appearing, just curious about this, like, abnormal, imperfect weather. I think what this is that you hear a crack of lightning and the whole world just goes to hell. All around you, buildings are, like, collapsing. The rumble of earthquakes are splitting apart the asphalt, and, like, a hot rain buffets what your skin is in your form. The natural disaster is unraveling, spiraling away in the presence of such, like, a powerful autonomous force. They are the adversaries, after all. I think in a couple of minutes he's not going to be anything anymore. he's unraveling and nature all around the world. I don't know what that's going to look like, but we'll figure it out. But before that happens, before he's gone, you watch as he struggles. You watch as he tries to use every shred of power in his form to bring perfect suburbia down to its knees. You hear another crack of lightning, deafening to the ears. You watch as the world splits open beneath the lady of the house's feet, and you watch as her footing slips. She releases the old man's neck, but I mean, by this point, I don't even know if it is a neck. Natural disaster is just this unraveling, bellowing ribbon of nature's hatred against, contemporary society. The lady of the house, she looks back at you, neighbor, for one more second. She's pushing against her heels to try and reach out to you, but I don't think she makes it. She has this look of, shattered hubris. And then there's also this look of just, I don't know if it's anger, but it looks like she blames you for bringing him here. I think what this scene is I think with this final look of, contempt, she's swallowed up by the ground. You know, asphalt splitting open, making way for dirt and stone, and then it just closes in around her. And I don't think she's the only one. All around you, perfect suburbia is collapsing. I don't know if it's gonna, completely die. I think as much as this is pretty bad, it would take a lot more than just one angel to kill a god, but it's gonna be pretty badly wounded. The forces who are trying to revitalize Main Street, that's I don't think that's gonna be a thing anymore. And I wouldn't be surprised if, people started, divorcing each other en masse. I mean, not even in this town, but just in the world generally. But I don't think you're going to get to see that, friendly neighbor. You are doomed, and with as much harm as you have too, I don't really think you're going to get out of this one. Natural disaster is dead. I'll tell you that much. He's just this tattered ribbon on the ground. Congratulations, you have completed this hunt. It is dead, it is gone, but I don't think you're going back to Earth. I think this is curtains for this hunter. So what do you do, friendly neighbor, as the world collapses around you?
In these final moments, there are no words. There are no need for words. Your friendly neighbor sits on the porch. He braces his hand to the crooked railings as they fall apart, and he thinks about that once perfect life he thought he had. First, he thinks of the family he had been given back when this all started. The wife, the son, the daughter, even a dog. And then one by one, they had all gone away. Images of what suburbia had been changed. And now suburbia was dead, dying, and he was going with it.
Is there anything you regret?
He regrets a lot of things. He realizes a lot of actions done in the name of perfect suburbia, a lot of things done in the name of perfection, but that was never a goal that could be reached. Perfection was always just a twinkle in the distance, an impossible dream, an unrealistic, dangerous dream.
The thunder's getting louder now. You have time for one last thought, or words, though no one's going to hear them.
He just closes his eyes, lets the rain fall against his skin, feel the wallpaper peel, and thinks about the true family that he had. About Millie, about Midas, about Hollow, and that he's sorry he can't say goodbye.
And then you're gone. But the people back on the real world don't really see any of that. Or understand it. Not yet, at least. Right now, you have a man in the woods. What do you do?
Right now, Millie is trying to constrict the man in the woods with the blood lassos. What the hell's your connection to all this?
Well, first of all, you're gonna have to roll, use magic for that. That's a 7. Choose a glitch.
7 is good enough. Unwanted side effect.
A problematic side effect is that in this moment, as you connect, you can feel, for just a moment, essence of nature's reclamation. And for a moment, you personally, emotionally, feel like people dying isn't actually that big of a deal.
What the fuck?
Oh god, they're brainwashing you.
Not brainwashing, but while this questioning is happening, you're not going to have that revulsion towards killing like you normally have. So what do you say?
What the fuck's your connection to all this?
Me?
Do you know how many fucking people are dead right now?
Just... you want to loosen these ropes?
I really don't fucking think I will.
Oh, Millie, Midas, looks to the window to see if Ruby is watching.
Oh, she is. This restoration project can't go forward. Do you see it? Slash and burn. It's just a slash and burn.
Slash and burn, that's why you're fucking killing minimum wage construction workers and employees at coffee shop?
Nobody asks to be born, plant or animal alike, but it happens. What we do is we make life good for those that remain.
Millie, come on, I think he's had enough. You're not gonna like what comes out of this.
Is this going fucking stop?
Depends what you mean by stop.
Are you going to stop killing people?
Natural disaster has failed. It is a battle lost, but it is not a war ceded.
Millie, grits her teeth. And if I let you go right now, what will happen?
I will hobble back to the commune and lick my wounds.
That's what you better fucking do. Because you know what? Because you know what? You're so goddamn lucky that I don't just crush all your guts out.
Do you really care about the chaff in the town?
I'm not a fucking politician. I'm not the governor. I don't oversee construction sites or capitalism. I'm just an entertainer who knows that hurting people is wrong. I just want to be able to make people smile. All you've done all day is hurt people.
You're right.
Millie releases him and pretty much flings him against the wall. I make people happy. I'm Millie fucking Bizarre. Get out of my sight.
He chuckles a little bit and is like, you're right. You're not a politician or anything. You don't understand, but go make the people enjoy the time they have left. We'll be doing our best too, but it has to stop, and it will stop. You're hurt. I'm hurt. Your allies are hurt. Let's just call this a draw and meet each other another time, all right?
Fine.
Hallow gnashes her teeth menacingly.
Now that Millie has released the lasso, I feel like the urge to crush his organs out has faded. We're gonna make Fringewater a better fucking place than when we entered it. That's all I know.
And the man in the woods is gone, unless anyone else has anything else to say.
Midas, you can kind of see that, the breath is dropped out of his chest after hearing Millie shout her own name.
Ruby's not next to you anymore. You watch as Ruby slams the motel door open and just fucking, run and hugs you, Millie.
Millie literally just, yelps in surprise. She still hasn't really come down from, the adrenaline of everything that just happened.
It's almost crushing how tight this hug is.
She doesn't even realize who's hugging her at first, so she's kind of, trying to, wriggle,
And then you hear a voice that you recognize saying, Milenko Bazaar, don't you ever leave my side ever again.
Mom?
Yes, it's your mother. Yes, it's your mother. Milenko, Millie. I didn't think you were alive.
You thought I was dead?
I didn't know where you were. The police were looking everywhere for you. She's not letting go.
I mean, I wasn't trying to scare you,
I know, Millie. I know you didn't do anything wrong. You didn't do anything wrong.
Sounds sounds like a goddamn cartoon when I say it out loud, but well, I figured out magic and I joined a circus. It's a great gig, you know. I've always wanted you in my shows, you know, but they never thought it was a good idea.
You feel her grip tighten for half a second and then loosen. She releases you and then turns to you, Midas, and just asks you, how long have you known? A step forward.
You're in trouble.
Surely it's not that hard of a question. How long have you known?
Mom, it's...
Quiet, Malenko, I'm talking. How long did you know?
Millie, when did we meet back up exactly?
Shit,
I mean, it
know,
was
man.
It was after my breakdown, obviously.
It was after the show. Couple years now, right?
She takes a step away from you. Years. And you knew this woman as Millie Bizarre, is that right?
Yeah.
And not once did you think to call me. I know we were going through our troubles, but you didn't think to call me about my own daughter?
Look, Rube,
You get one sentence, one chance to justify yourself as to why the hell you didn't let me know. Oh, I'd make it a damn good one if I was you.
Midas, freezes in place. I think for the first time, genuinely, he's kind of been shaken to his core. You can kind of see the, persona that he has built over years of working in show business sort of break away underneath him, as if the ground itself is falling out beneath his feet. And he does not say a word.
Go on. I'm not an unfair woman. I'm giving you a chance.
I was petty.
I was petty. You were petty? Sorry, no, I take everything back. I want more sentences. Did I fucking hear you right?
I'm trying to say that I didn't want to face you. I mean, it's the kind of thing where, I mean, I don't think I put it together for the longest time, you know, when we first met. I mean, we met as through mutual acquaintances, and it's just been so much recently. I just haven't really...
That doesn't sound like being petty to me. That sounds like you're making excuses. Being busy?
No. I'm trying to... I want to apologize, but I just don't know if I have the words for it.
Oh, Petey, we are so far beyond apologies.
Don't call me that!
Why not?
Don't use his fucking name around me.
Why not? Because from my perspective, you've done something worse to me than that man ever did.
Midas, you can see, has, tears kind of welling in his eyes.
Hallow, for what it's worth, puts her hand on Midas's shoulder.
Oh, that's really big of you, actually.
Ruby is glaring fucking poison-tipped daggers into you.
Millie kind of meekly offers, I'm happy with what I'm doing, Mom, really I am. Well, maybe not today as much.
Milenko, I would like to speak with your uncle. Please.
Don't cut her off.
Everything? Suddenly I'm the bad guy in all of this?
No, I'm not saying that at all, but, I mean, I don't have a good excuse for you. I don't know what you want me to say.
I want the truth. That's all I'm asking.
Oh, you want the truth. I'm a petty little fuckhead, okay? Is that what you want to hear from me? That I didn't want to contact you with information like this because what? I'm still upset, maybe.
Upset at what?
When Dad died. I know you had your own things to deal with, but you left me alone with nothing. I mean, I lost most of my adolescence to that fucking court case. dealing with his, his inheritance and idiotic lawyers. People my age were supposed to be going to dances and classes and extracurriculars. And I'm stuck in courtrooms. And I'm stuck dealing with nonstop bullshit.
20 years ago.
But I don't think I ever forgave you for it. Because you weren't there for me. And it doesn't excuse what I did now, but it's...
Shut up. No, shut up. You didn't tell me about my lost daughter because you were upset that I wasn't on consoling you because I was busy grieving my lost daughter.
I'm not taking this.
Oh, you're not taking this? Then here's something for you, Peter. You said that you never forgave me for it? Then how about I do something that you don't have to forgive me for, and we'll be square, and you watch as Ruby Bazaar picks the knife up off of the ground and rushes at you with it.
Oh shit.
What the fuck?
Hollow lunges at her.
Hollow, get off her!
Roll protect someone.
Oh no!
That's 12!
That's a 12!
The 12.
So on a 10+, you can choose to either suffer little harm, all impending danger is now focused on you inflict harm on the enemy, or you hold the enemy back. Choose what you think sounds most dramatic and fun in this moment.
Oh, I think Hallow bites her arm. The one with the knife. I think that's more exciting than her just pinning her down.
Okay, so here's what happens. The knife is thrust, and it stops about half an inch from the skin where Midas's heart is. It's a freeze frame, and the camera pulls out. And where did you say you were biting Ruby?
Her arm.
Which arm?
The one with the knife in it. Like, near her, I guess, like, her forearm.
And there's blood dribbling out in this freeze frame. Midas and Ruby both look down during this, freeze and see the blood dribbling out. And then what happens next? Hallow?
I mean, Hallow bites and there's blood, but her focus becomes getting the knife as far away from Ruby Bazaar as possible, so she can't lunge at Midas and stab him.
I think that's a good idea. I think you can just do that. You can just, wrench the knife away.
She actually removes her mouth from Ruby's forearm and bites the knife like a dog playing fetch.
It's in hand. Are you biting the hand?
No,
Bites the blade. Or is it like a bite the blade situation?
Bites the blade and tries to rip it away.
I think the shock makes it easy.
Okay. Hallow completely lets go of Ruby and scuttles over with the knife back towards Midas.
I think there's a couple seconds where Ruby is just stunned and not saying anything. How does Millie react to this?
Millie fucking screams, and Ruby just, watches as, Millie's hands glow and the blood just starts going back in.
You're healing your mother?
Yes.
You're going to be rolling that hex move, I think. Well, it depends. Do you want to roll 3 harm or 1 harm? I'll tell you, 1 harm isn't going to heal it all the way.
I'll do the 3 harm.
It works. And what does this look like in the context of an arm with, a Play-Doh bite taken out of it?
Yeah, this red glow as, the blood that is gushing out almost seems to reverse its flow. Arteries and veins are closing themselves back up as the blood pressure stabilizes and muscle tissue regrows. It's almost like watching the injury happen in reverse. You're gonna be fine. I got this shit. I got it. See?
Ruby Bazaar passes out. Schlump. What do you do?
Hallow drops the knife from her mouth.
I think Millie just kind of grabs at the sides of her own face with her hands, processing every event that just occurred.
I think Midas is sitting with a hole in his tie. Yeah, sorry guys, the Luray Caverns tie only lasted a few episodes.
No!
I must apologize. And he just kind of drops to his knees, just exasperated in all aspects.
Hallow turns to him. Are you okay?
Yeah. Thank you.
She looks over at Millie.
Does Hallow, by any chance, still have tomato soup?
She does. He is sitting flattened in her arms.
Give me that.
She hands him over.
Millie takes hold of tomato soup and just kind of like sits down on the ground with tomato soup and like her mother's head positioned in her lap. What the fuck? What the fuck?
I'm sorry. I just didn't want her to hurt Midas.
No, not mad at you. Not mad at you. I'm just shit, I'm not even mad at all. I'm just...
Millie, should we have told her sooner? I mean...
I never thought about it. I mean... I never thought about it. I never worried about it. I mean, maybe I did when I was a fucking kid, but... You know?
I mean, in all these years, I mean...
I stopped thinking about it. You know, I love the circus. So
I didn't want to blame you, but you had your own life without her. And I think Midas kind of, like, gets himself back up on his cane. I'm sure he, like, not looking great at the moment. I'm going to go make sure that, the motel is okay.
Where did neighbor go?
Midas kind of like looks back over to the spot where he was.
I don't know.
Do you guys think he'll come back?
He always does, right?
Yeah, he'll be back.
She nods. She sort of reaches over and she helps Midas steady himself on the cane.